It's me, Mario.
Is it you, Mario?
It is, Nick. I've literally woke up like 10 minutes ago.
Nice.
And actually, that's a lie, about 15 minutes ago. I'm so tired.
On that note, welcome to the F1RST podcast. We are
Welcome.
we are here for the Las Vegas Grand Prix, which has taken part about midnight their time, 6 a.m. our time, and it's too early. It's a poor time. But anyhow, welcome to the Vegas
Someone
Grand Prix.
sounds a bit rough.
Yeah,
Thanks.
and I'm joined by the Sarah Hawkey.
And I'm joined by midnight. Obviously, for some reason, my camera's just not working, so it's just me on my screen, and I believe it's just midnight on his. Because, you know, when you want technology to work, it just doesn't. See
Always
you.
the way. Well, I have shared my camera with you if you want to use it, but if not, do not worry. So yeah, the glitz and the glamour here. I mean, that's been absolutely first rate with this Grand Prix, but it's what you expect from, America and Vegas.
America.
Oh yeah. And we were treated to a hell of a qualifying session yesterday, and I still believe it is one of those tracks where it's a bad track giving us potentially a good Grand Prix. Bit like Baku, the first time we were there. So we'll see. Sarah, any predictions for the Grand Prix?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Or desires?
Desires obviously maybe a different race winner, but I'm guessing it's really dependent on who gets out in first. Thanks,
Nick.
Maybe it's the sort of track that if you take that first corner first, you're pretty much like fine. But
Wow.
I don't know, too early to tell. I haven't seen much track action myself because I missed qualifying yesterday because I was at work. So this will be my first watching of racing around here.
Well, from what I can tell you, the track itself is a lot of 90 lefts, 90 rights with a couple of long curves. The traction, the rear tyres are going to take a hammering round here. So it's going to be whoever can keep the rear tyres intact the longest.
Mm-hmm.
AWS has already, or Pirelli have already predicted that it's going to be medium, hard compounds for the race. So they're predicting high tyre wear despite it being essentially a lot of straight lines.
Mm-hmm.
But the braking and the acceleration will take it out, particularly of those rear tyres. So, yeah.
Sorry, Nick. I've changed so that you can see midnight.
And I've got one thing for you. Oh, it's being blurred. Look at that. AI is amazing. Nice to see you do, Nick. Last winners. Jones in 81 and Alboreto in 82. You two, Nick. You too, mate.
And so it's too early for it to just be me on the screen because, you know.
I think you'd manage fine. Still, absolutely massive upsets in qualifying yesterday with Hamilton being knocked out in Q2, Perez being knocked out in Q2. Both of the Williams, I needed Haas because I was looking at Haas, both of the Williams into Q3 ahead of that Mercedes and Red Bull pair. My desire is to see a good race for Williams today. I desperately want to see them do well since they are starting 5th and 6th. I mean, that is unheard of since the early hybrid days, and before that it would have been the mid-2000s. So, yay!
Yeah.
But there's a lot of predictions of a lot of potential red flags. I mean, it's going to go one of two ways. It's either going to be loads of them or none of them. Right, Max is starting P2 since Sainz had an unfortunate accident right in FP1 and has a 10 place penalty because he had to replace half of his car thanks to
Yeah.
a errand manhole cover. Make of that what you will.
Yeah. And I believe it costs like £1.6 million in repairs. So,
Yeah.
yeah, not a cheap fix.
You'd hope that they can take that out, not out of their own budget, but out of the circuit.
Mm.
But
Well,
hey,
apparently um, the fans obviously that only saw 9 minutes of action on the Friday are putting in a word, shall we say?
yeah, well, that's not. We're not going to revisit that because that reminds me of Spa 2020 or 21, whatever it was.
Mm.
So, right, here we go. First race in Vegas in 40 years.
Let's go.
Will Max be leading the end of the first lap? I hope not, because I want to see a race today. It looks like Max is in the lead. Oh, he's driven Leclerc off the road.
Yeah, they've both gone off.
Yeah, yellow flag.
A lot of people have gone off.
Yeah, it looks like they've got no grip out on those rear tyres to begin with.
No.
So
It's almost like everyone went, yeah, no, let's ignore the white lines there.
Leclerc coming back, yellow flags again. Must be something towards the back. There's someone who's massively behind all of the others, who's weaving. It looks like signs.
Apparently it was Fernando Alonso was spun. And it might have been Lewis Hamilton that made him spin.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that because Lewis is nowhere. And he's starting on the hard tyre as well. Yeah, won't be too surprised if that first corner is investigated by the stewards. It's a sheer fact. Max did not leave any room for Charles at all.
Mm.
But if he gets a 5-second penalty, all he's got to do is stay 5 seconds ahead.
No, true.
It's not difficult, is it, for Max?
No, not really.
Alonso's got damage. So yeah, does that possibility that he's had a collision with Hamilton, yeah, that could be right. There's going to be a few thumbnails made this weekend, I think, from all of these pictures.
Yeah.
We've got a complete spread on tyre strategy. Stroll, Tsunoda are on soft tyres. VSC. As Norris just nipped ahead of Hamilton there as well. So Norris, I think, is up 4 places already. Oh, Perez is in the pits.
I think Stroll and Tsunoda made a few places up there. Because they were towards the back of the grid.
Yeah, them being on the soft tyres. Okay, so Perez is replacing yet another front wing. That looked like he had a bit of front wing embedded in his car.
Yeah, maybe, unfortunately, was caught up in some of that first corner.
Yeah, he was slow getting away as well. Alonso's in. I wonder what kind of damage he's got. Front wing, it looks like. Did Alonso start ahead of Perez? I think he did, so he may have collected some of Alonso's front wing. Lots of marshals on track at the moment. Okay, so we didn't really see that incident. Did you see it, Sarah?
No, they kind of focus on everything else. Obviously, we're getting the replay of the start here, so maybe give us a little bit better insight.
So, oh, right. Oh. Okay, so Alonso's had a spin and someone's gone into the front of him. It looked like either a Merc or a Sauber because they're both black this weekend. I can't tell.
Oh, yeah. And someone else behind spun as well.
Yeah, Max has clearly run Charles off the track. So, okay, what happened to Alonso? He's got into turn 1. The back end swapped on him. And is that... Oh, is that Russell? Is Russell
Not quite sure. I'm just looking at the replays as well.
Oh, it was Bottas. Black car.
Ah.
Because Bottas started P10, I think. No, P9, sorry.
It was a bit tricky, wasn't it? It was just like Alonso came in, then spun, and then got hit. Like,
Awkward.
yeah, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting a car there.
And as Crofty just said, Stroll's made up 10 places that lap.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I saw him starting in 19th, so I was just when I saw him up there, I was like, damn,
Done well.
jumped up.
Right, so what's your thinking on Verstappen passing for the lead into turn 1?
Naughty, because I think, like Charles said, he wasn't. It wasn't like he was ahead.
Turn 1
He
under
was
investigation.
Yeah.
Did you
He
see
was
that?
next to him. I saw a
Oh,
flick of.
was that Perez? Or was that Norris?
I can't see.
I think it's Norris. He's tumbling down the timesheet.
Yeah, what's happened?
Safety car. All I know is I went yay like that and jolted because it went straight past the camera.
Can't. I don't know what happened.
What happened there? One of these. So the back left tyre is off, but he's front end in. So is he collided with someone?
Oh.
Stroll's pitting for new tyres, which is fair. But you can see that's like three layers of Tech Pro barriers. Means he's safe, which is good. Which one? 55. That'll be Signs. Looks like a lot of the drivers are going to be going to the hard tyre.
Yeah.
A little bit chaotic start to the first Vegas Grand Prix of the century, isn't it?
Yeah, and they were just talking that there's no grip out there. So.
Looks like it though, doesn't it? The back end squirreling around on all these cars. Norris hasn't got out yet.
Yeah, he's got out. He just got out there.
Oh, I was looking at something that was bright yellow, thinking it was his helmet. Must be a bit of signage.
I'll get a replay here.
Oh! Oh, he's lost the back end.
Oh.
Are you looking at the same feed I'm looking at? Or your
Yeah.
own? Yeah. Because he's gone back end into the left-hander. That's interesting. Oh, so yeah, the back end snapped. He's corrected and then it snapped again.
Oh. Very close to Oscar as well.
It was close. I mean, now we get to see it from Hamilton's point of view.
Oh my god, the onboard is... It's weird. It goes to go, and then obviously he's tried to correct it, and then that sent it into the spin. But it's just like... There's no grip out there at all, offline.
I don't even think he was offline. I think that was online. The thing, it shows how tricky this course is, doesn't it?
Yeah, like...
Go on.
You go first.
I was just going to say, there are no support races around here, so... There's no rubber on that track. No racing rubber, as it were.
No. Yeah, glad he's okay there as well, yeah. Just so weird.
So, what have we had? One racing lap so far at Vegas? Half a racing lap? I don't think we've actually had a racing lap yet. We've had virtual safety car and safety car. At least we've still got Albon and Sargent in P5, P6. Well, then again, no one's had a chance to overtake each other yet.
Replay at the start again.
Walk us through this. How do you feel about it?
Oh, I'm trying to see again what happened to Alonso. It's
Oh,
almost like he's come in, got a little tap, spun, and then got tapped to the front as well. Then someone at the back has just spun as well.
yeah. He spotted a gap on the left hand side. It's like he's been tapped, but
Might have just tried to brake and then
yeah, yeah. And
it's hard
Sainz
to
has had to
call.
spin by himself as well. Bottas
It's
is just
like,
facing him like a GTA
yeah, it's
style.
just like,
You move first
yeah.
because it's hard to get these cars into reverse. No one wants to do it. So Bottas comes around the corner. Alonso's skidded. Bottas has got nowhere to go.
No, yeah. Unfortunate for him.
Looks like that was more Alonso's fault, don't you think?
Yeah, it's almost like he's lost it, and then obviously he can't move out of the way, but then Bottas
Yeah.
can't move out of the way either.
Oh! Perez also hit Bottas.
Oh.
So, yeah, Alonso
I suppose
spun.
it's that thing where you're not expecting a car there, so that you're already kind of arriving on the scene.
Yeah. And Carlos
Carlos,
hit Hamilton.
that was the car that spun. Then I didn't think it was Carlos.
So Carlos hit Hamilton, Alonso spun, Bottas hit Alonso, and Perez hit Bottas as well.
Mm. So it's where everyone's kind of starting out of position.
Yeah. And Max took Leclerc off the track.
Yeah. And that's the racing action we've got at Vegas so far.
Yeah. 4.5 laps in, we've had 2 crashes and 2 safety car and a virtual safety car.
Mm.
And an incident for first.
And we've still got 45 laps to go.
Yeah. All right. Interesting one.
Apparently, Ferrari engineers have told not Carlos, Leclerc that they have put a thingy in with the stewards, but obviously he's got to stay where he is at the moment.
Yeah. Which is understandable, really, isn't it?
Hmm. And that you know, there's something when like the drivers are moaning about tyre temperatures and that the safety car's not going fast enough when it's going 190 miles an hour down that straight. But it's not the safety car's fault. I'm assuming it's just the track and the lack of rubber that's just causing it to lose temperature.
The track itself is both so smooth and there's not enough corners to heat up these tyres. They need a lot of braking and a lot of lateral load going through the corners. And when they're behind the safety car, they don't have either. So pressures are dropping and tyre temperatures dropping. And all the drivers do is complain, which is, I think they're entitled to at this one.
Mm. Safety car ending.
Yeah, safety cars do tend to make safety cars. That is absolutely right at the moment. Because, again, all these pressures are dropping. So
It wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last we see of the safety car. This event.
it's not the last, or will be the last.
It won't be the last.
Yeah. Well, either way, they are saying that the Turn 1 incident between Max and Leclerc is under investigation, which is fair. But again, we've now been 6 laps into this, and 18 minutes, and they still haven't done anything.
Mm.
We haven't even seen DRS used yet. You can see that the cars are weaving like absolute lunatics to get any heat into those tyres at all.
Yeah. Max is gone. Interesting place to go for like Maybe you should have waited after the corner.
Right, we might get a racing lap here now. You can
Ooh.
still see Albon. He's that. Do you know that last corner does look? It looks dangerous, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Piastri on. I'm guessing that's Ricciardo. No, it's Sonoda.
Mm.
Hell of a move. Dive down the inside, and they're going to go side by side into turn 2. Well done, Piastri. That's a hell of a move, considering he's on the hard tyre as well. Okay,
Oh,
so
that Haas was quite close to Sargent then.
yeah. Ooh, Alonso and Carlos all together. The master
Mm.
and the apprentice. I could see Alonso as the Dark Lord, couldn't you?
Yeah.
I presume all the guys at the back from Stroll downwards are on fresh tyres.
Well, Stroll was on soft and was a lot higher up, so
Yeah.
yeah, he's come in.
I mean, admittedly he's got fresh tyres now, but he's right at the back, so has that actually benefited him?
Not really,
No.
but maybe they feel obviously the lack of grip.
Yeah, all of their drivers are within a second of each other, with the exception of the top 3, which that's just Max on the restart. He's just electric, isn't he?
Yeah, seems to always get it right. Hey, hey.
Yawn.
Two different people. Like I've been to sleep for like 4 hours, tired as hell. Luke, it's fine, not been to sleep.
I had a plan. That's why I look awake, because I am still awake. You got to think around the problem. Alright, Piastri up to P9. Max penalty. Let me guess, 5 seconds.
Ooh.
5 seconds. Turn 1 incident. They got that wrong. Well, they got it right, but they did the graph wrong.
Yeah.
But what was the penalty? Is it a drive-through, or was it hand back the place, or is it a 5-second penalty?
I don't know.
I got really annoyed yesterday during qualifying because I spotted some digital signage they kept putting up. Oh, here we go. Lap 1, turn 1 instant, 5-second time penalty for Max, which means he's just got to get 5 seconds ahead. Right.
Not impossible.
No. Okay, so yeah, I spotted some digital signage which wasn't phasing in properly, and it really annoyed me. I have very small petty hates sometimes. As we see the Alpine go for the Haas, no. That's surprising, he got out of that. Ocon's actually running quite high considering he started, I think, in the bottom. He was definitely in the bottom 10.
Yeah.
Then again, he hasn't pitted, so that would make sense. Definitely looking racy, but as we know, those Haas cars, although on their home turf, they have a lot of problem with tyre wear. For the last few years. Piastri's going to have to be careful because he has a hang on, Ocon's going to have to be careful because he's got Piastri on behind him too.
I was saying Piastri's got Piastri.
Yeah, exactly that. And on the back of Piastri is Hulkenberg, which I think it looks like Sonoda's going backwards on those soft tyres because he's fallen behind Hamilton now. The last time we saw it was Sonoda and Piastri together.
I thought the sphere wasn't allowed to use blue. Was that changed?
They're not allowed to have anything flashing, I believe.
Ah.
You have been given a 5-second penalty. Keep eking that gap out. I had a feeling he was going to be very nonchalant about that. Just build a 5-second gap. Alright.
Oh boy.
That happened to Russell earlier in the year. He got a 5 second penalty, gave the place back, then got a 5 second penalty, whereas he should have just carried on going. Even he said it. It's like, should have just absorbed the penalty and stayed ahead.
Yeah. Williams is still running quite high.
Ooh, Piastri's got so much grip in that final corner. That's going to be tears. That's K-Mag. Oh, when anyone goes side by side with K-Mag, I wince.
Yeah.
Every time.
I suppose it's that thing as we don't really know how much this track accommodates side by side racing just yet.
Well, it looks good. Sorry, I'm coughing my lungs up. K-Mag got back through. DRS is very powerful on that house, apparently.
Yeah.
And now Hamilton is joining the fun. I am surprised that Leclerc is staying within 3 seconds of Max. He's within 2 seconds of Max, actually. So Leclerc's got some real pace if those tyres stay with him.
And so maybe the Ferrari engineers have been like, yeah, keep within 5 seconds, please.
Yeah, we want a race. I do want to state, I'm not biased against Max. I'm biased against dull racing. I want to see a race.
Yeah.
It looks like Gasly's going to have a little poke at Russell as well. That Alpine's looking quick round here today.
Yeah.
But the Williams are still 5th and 6th.
Whoa.
That is a hell of a haul of points for them, with Gasly just setting the fastest lap with that DRS. We've got Perez stalked by both the Aston Martins and a Ferrari. Perez historically is very, very good in street circuits, but he's not showing it today. He's sitting in 14th after a front wing replacement on the opening lap. And I think he might just be done by Stroll if he's not careful. Although, Sainz just got the master. Hang on, wasn't he ahead of him a minute ago?
I have no idea.
He keeps swapping places or something.
Yeah. They're not showing us either.
Okay, so Piastri round down the right-hand side of the Haas. And this is stupidly long straight, then cuts across him, and then K-Mag will go to the right-hand side again. As if then cut away from that, so thank you. You can see how powerful that DRS is here.
Yeah. Oh, this is a restart.
Okay, Leclerc is complaining that Max overbraked into that chicane and caused the concertina effect. It's a bit naughty.
Hard to call.
It's naughty. Max fastest lap, because Leclerc's not that far away, actually. At the moment, if Max were to pit, he'd come up behind Gasly with that 5 second penalty absorption.
Yeah.
That's good to see. That's good for Formula 1. Okay, what's your thoughts so far about the first Vegas Grand Prix of the century, Sarah?
Conflicted so far.
Elaborate.
I feel
if you've got the mental capacity this early in the morning.
just about. It's getting there. It's coming to me. I'm conflicted because I feel like even 12 laps in, it's too early to call if it's a good race or not, if that makes sense. Because I'm not trying to be thingy, but the track itself, watching racing going around, it's a bit meh.
A bit soulless.
Yeah.
I get you.
Obviously everything around it, the whole spectacle, the whole like
Ooh.
obviously
Sorry, Perez coming through Hulkenberg.
nice. The only like the thing about F1 being back in Vegas, like that's what I'm like. It has its positives, but also has its negatives. So I'm conflicted at the moment
Yeah, I'm
in
right with
terms
you on
of.
that. I still maintain it's not a good track. It may even be classified as a bad track, but because of the rule set we've got and the mixed up grid, it's giving us a so far decent Grand Prix, if a chaotic Grand Prix. And Sainz's engineers are now telling him to back off and cool the engine as he goes for a pass. So he's not listening. On Ricciardo, who is the surrogate American Australian guy.
Hmm.
Is that the right word? Close enough. Oh, looks like the cameraman dropped his camera there.
Yeah, he was caught sleeping. Don't blame me, cameraman. I don't blame you.
Yeah, well, it is 12:30 there. Fernando Alonso chasing Ricciardo for 50. Why do we need that graphic? We can see it. Oh,
Just in case.
I still dislike a lot of these graphics. I mean, we can see it. Looking up the field, I can only think that Sargent, Albon is pulling Sargent along with him with the help of the DRS. Bit of tactics there.
Potentially.
Max fastest lap, then Leclerc fastest lap. He's coming with him. Russell's
Yeah.
starting to fall away now.
I mean, was Russell even there to start with?
Given how bad that the Merc was at Sao Paulo, I'm surprised that he's actually running that high. I'm starting to now think it's going to be getting towards times we're going to start be seeing pit stops. So we're forecasting a 2-stop race here on a medium double hard set of tyres. So
Yeah.
okay, there we go. Ocon's just got Sargent. Now we're going to easily see Sargent fall through the pack, I feel.
Yeah, he's not got his teammate there to
Yellow flag.
support him. That was quick.
They do seem to throw flags very, very quickly now, don't they?
Yeah,
But
so,
yellow
oh,
flag.
no.
Don't worry about it. Did it need a flag?
Maybe not. Depending on what it was.
Apparently it was Bottas just going wide at a corner.
Oh. Not really a yellow flag though, is it?
No.
It's just like, oh, hello Bottas. There you go.
The Haas cars have dropped out the points now. Piastri, there we go, on Sargent. Yeah, Sargent's... I think Sargent's tyres have gone off. Because now
Hello,
he's going to be
Hyper.
Hamiltoned.
My sound alerts aren't on at the moment. It's just way too early.
What did I miss?
Oh, Hyper just redeeming hello there.
Ah. For those that are anyone new with us, feel free to hang out with us on either of our Twitches or
Yeah.
my YouTube in this case, either or. But if you like what you see, like, comment, or subscribe, and all that. But hey, we're here to give our opinions and general watch along with anyone. So anyone wants to chat, please feel free.
Yeah.
Leclerc's getting close to Max. He's only 0.9 off him now.
Yeah, when did that happen?
I blinked, I missed it. I wonder if Verstappen's gone deep into a corner and dropped back half a second. Hyper-O, I remember that name. What's up?
It's been a while since I've been on Twitch. Glad to have you back and hope you're well.
Okay.
Russell boxing.
Yeah. Russell box. So I think we're going to start to see the top drivers pit, and then we're going to see a gap open up for Max and Leclerc to drop back into.
Hmm. In that buffer zone.
Okay, Leclerc's coming at him, half a second. He's going to be in
Mm-hmm.
DRS range, and he looks like he's got more of a front end than Max as well. This is getting interesting. It's going to get spicy.
Yeah, please declare, make it a bit more interesting.
Either crash into him and give us a Gasly Russell Albon fight for the win, or get past him. I don't care which. Yeah, looking at it, it looks like Leclerc definitely has a better front end on the car. He's turning the car in.
Yeah, he's got a lot more grip.
Have we seen Max being overtaken this year at all?
Um, Good question. I'm not sure.
Not really. Not really.
It's not happened a lot.
Okay. There you go. He's complaining about his tyres. So if he pits now, he might just come out behind Russell. Might. Alright, here comes Leclerc. He's got a gigantic run on Max. Ooh!
Oh. Go, Leclerc, go. I took a huge break due to a really bad motorbike track day crash. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, sorry, mate. Hello, Pedro. Yeah, I hope you're much better now. It's great to have you back.
Yeah, I hope you've recovered well.
There we go. Max serving his 5-second penalty. Albon's in as well. Surprised they didn't bring Sargent in because he's fallen back to 16th.
Yeah, when did that happen?
I did tell you, fall through the pack. Called it.
I mean, has he changed his tyres?
McLaren had a poor pit stop with Piastri. Well, say 4.4 seconds. Poor.
Albon's
Oh!
coming.
Oh, Hamilton's just complaining he's got a puncture. So has Piastri come in last second because they've had contact? Yes. Oh, so Piastri's jumped in the pits. Is that a front? Well, he's got a puncture as well. Right, okay. Ah. Holy hell. Hamilton does look like he's coasting a little bit. Yeah. There goes signs.
Probably just trying to make it back to the pits as safely as possible.
Oh! So he's cut across the curbing and killed a cone.
Poor cone.
We've seen it professionally a number of cones killed before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm genuinely uptight at the moment because I'm just wondering if Hamilton's going to crash into a barrier or something. It's not what I want with Leclerc out in the lead, giving us an actual good race. There's Max. I was about to say, where's Max? He has come up behind Russell. He's now behind Hamilton. That's not going to mean anything because Hamilton's pitting. So no wonder the McLaren boys weren't ready with the tyres because he just turned into the pits going, got a puncture.
Yeah. Had to have surgery on my back and my collarbone, but I'm back on a bike. I'm good to hear.
And, surgery, and as soon as you say the word back, it's like, oof. Hell of a thing. It's good to see you're up and well.
Yeah.
Do you
It's
want to answer Petra's question as well?
Have I missed a lot of action from the race? All in all, not really. There's been a few things already. With Norris is out. It DNF'd,
I've forgotten about that
which
one.
looked really weird. It just had no grip and went into one of the escape routes quite fast in the spin. Other than that, the start was a bit chaotic, with a few cars spinning around. And Leclerc, well, Max pushed Leclerc out wide, got a 5-second penalty, which he's just served. But towards the end, Leclerc was actually catching Max before he pitted. So we're hoping Leclerc's got some pace on him today.
Hmm.
I'm watching the race. It's a slow pace race at the moment. Yeah, it's a slow burner, as they say.
Yeah, they're probably literally trying to maintain their tyres and not burn them out. As we saw with Sargent, he just dropped through the pack very, very quickly, just to the sheer fact his tyres went off. We've seen Norris lose it, as you say, but we've still got Leclerc out there. He passed Max for the actual lead, so yeah, that's he's gone down well. And Pedro, there was a couple of first corner incidents with Alonso having a spin, Bottas wanging into the back of him after that, and then Perez into the back of him. Carlos doing his own thing, having a spin. There's been a lot of action, but it's all been kind of track errors. Would you agree, Sarah?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question. You can answer that one, Sarah. Oh, and by the way, yeah, Stroll was up 50 places. He actually is currently P4 still, but he started on the soft tyres, pitted under the safety car, went to hard tyres, so he's been out there longer than a lot of the other drivers, particularly ahead of him. Well, less time than the drivers ahead of him, but the drivers behind him.
Yeah.
I know what I meant.
Yes and no, Pedro. Racing wise, not really, but like track errors like Midnight said, and just like random things happening, yes.
Particularly Norris.
Yeah. Hyper says, anyone have a favourite driver and why this season?
This season specifically.
Yeah.
I've got mine. You got yours?
Oh, not yet. I'm trying to look down the list going like,
Why you having
who would I pick?
While you having a quick think, Max has lost a bunch of time, particularly behind Zhou, who was just fast enough just to keep him behind him for a few corners. So Max still hasn't even caught Russell, who was 3 or 4 seconds behind Leclerc. So we got Leclerc and Gasly, who are going extra long on the first stint. So I think we're seeing a big difference in strategies here, Sarah. Yeah, and I agree with what Pedro just said. He's surprised you didn't say Lando right away.
I mean, he has done really well. Obviously, a lot more podiums this year, but I don't know.
Well, while you're thinking, I'm going to say mine straight away. Albon.
I knew you were going to say
Yeah,
Albon.
he's been such a
You've got a soft
surprise,
spot for
hasn't
him.
he? He's been such a surprise this year. He's been so good and consistent. It's like, after him dropping out of Red Bull, I thought that was him career over. And he's qualified fifth, well, started 6th in this race. Like, damn! In a Williams! So, yeah. And CBD says, thoughts so far. Hard to tell who will win. My money is going on Leclerc so long as Ferrari don't Ferrari it up. I'm using it as a correct verb. I think you get that, right?
Yeah.
Ferrari. It's sad, but it's true. And good to see you, CBD. How you doing, buddy? He says it's tradition to Ferrari it up. I actually have a
Mm-hmm.
redeem just for Ferrari, just for that exact occasion. You just got to accept it will happen. Yeah, absolutely. Russell on the back of Alonso, whom has
Leclerc
already
just
pitted.
pitted.
Yeah, both have already pitted, but Alonso pitted under the safety car. So Alonso are much, much older tyres. Oh, Leclerc's just been in that. I missed that.
I literally just said that.
Sorry. I was talking, I was thinking, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I mean, I think Leclerc definitely got the better pit stop out of him and Verstappen.
Yeah,
Only coming out third, not too many people to overtake. Saying that Stroll's in second at the moment. Did not expect that.
yeah. I'm more thinking we saw Perez lose his front wing and he's now leading the race. How has that happened?
No.
CVD says he thinks he's starting to become a Red Bull and Verstappen fan. Get out. I'm a fan of three teams: Ferrari, McLaren, and Williams. Personally, what about you, Sarah? I know you're a McLaren fan.
Oh, yeah, McLaren. I'd say the same as you actually. McLaren, Ferrari, and Williams.
The traditional teams, really, aren't they?
Yeah, I'd probably throw in. Actually, no, Mercedes as well for me.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I feel
Okay.
like if I had to rank them, it would be Mercedes. No, I meant McLaren. Wrong him. Um, McLaren, uh, Mercedes, Ferrari, and Williams.
That's cool. Right, we just saw Russell get past Alonso. Now Max is coming past Alonso at the same time. So Max is coming towards Russell at a rate of knots. Nearly halfway through the race. Perez stopped under the safety car, so he's still out in the lead. Leclerc's going to have to get a move on to catch up to Perez. Perez is only going to have to stop one more time, I feel.
Yeah.
The more I think about it, the more I think Perez is in the driving seat to win this.
I don't know. It's strategy at the moment. It's hard. It's weird to call because obviously Perez and Stroll and Sainz haven't pitted for a while. As soon as they pit, then they're going to lose that position. It's so hard to call who's actually going to win it at the moment.
Yeah. But the way I'm looking at this, they've done 21 laps-ish, give or take, on hard tyres. They're only going to have to do that again. They've only got one more stop. Leclerc's only got one more stop. Those top three are in... And Sainz, actually, all the top 7 have stopped once already. They're going to only have one more stop. Zhou still hasn't stopped.
Yeah, he's just like, yep.
Yeah. Any one of those top... I'd say 6 can win this, but Perez is a long way out front.
100%. I like Leclerc. He's doing well this season. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, just CBD said his favourite teams are Red Bull, and AlphaTauri. I thought you had good taste, man. Right, so what happened with the Ferrari stop?
Oh.
Front right wouldn't go on. Oh, that's not too bad. It wasn't horrendous. It wasn't Red Bull in like 2018 at Monaco where they just didn't have tyres for Ricciardo. Might have been 2017. It was thing. It was one of the years.
High run this race has been quite something, and the race weekend as well. Yes. It's a lot of weird things have happened so far.
Right, Sainz.
How are you doing?
Sainz is now holding up Russell and Verstappen, so there's going to be a DRS train here. It's one of those. I still believe this. It's one of those tracks. It's not very good, but I genuinely feel this is a good race. I'm genuinely
I,
thoroughly enjoying this one.
I believe it's because you're awake.
Yeah,
I'm like
probably.
half asleep.
Probably.
So you're like, yeah, and I'm just like, eh.
Yeah. Okay, so a little bit. As Sainz has now just lost 2 places in about 200 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Verstappen really does have to take his opportunity now. You're right there, Pedro. But he's going to have to try and get past Russell. Do you know what? I don't think Leclerc's pace is good enough here. I think my money is going on Perez to win this, despite being at the back of the pack after lap 1.
Potentially.
He's 11
Not
seconds clear of
sure.
Stroll. 11.
Yeah, but it's strong.
Yeah, but that means he's 12 seconds ahead of Leclerc, who does. I don't think he's catching him.
No, the close catching Stroll, so don't know. Maybe he switched it back on. Like you say, it's so hard to call at the moment. I don't know which way it's gonna go.
Okay, Max is making his move on George. This is going to end in tears. Is that a front wing for
Oh,
Max? Is that front wing? Yes.
that looks a bit dirty.
Well, that's the right end plate for Max. Is that a puncture for Russell?
Why do they say like? Why does those two always come together?
True, actually. It's
Um,
because Max dives people and Russell tends to bump people, so you kind of end up with a perfect mixture. And hello on YouTube. Hola. Max is a bit
I'm good,
lucky.
thank you, Jonan.
Max
Crash
is,
is slowly making his way up the pack.
yeah.
Yeah. Hyper's now saying I have my money on Perez.
Yep. I was thinking exactly the same thing. He's come out of nowhere. Leclerc has got past Stroll, which has not been shown. But he's still 11.3 behind him. I suppose he was 12 behind him at the beginning of last lap. So Leclerc's going to have to set a lot of fastest laps to catch up to Perez. So, okay, so looking back from Russell... is that Max dive bombing something? Okay, we're going to see it from Max's point of view. What do you think, Sarah?
Ooh.
Oh,
I feel like yes, because I don't think George would have seen it at that point.
there's a lot of debris on that
Maybe.
track.
Yeah. There is, yeah. I'm surprised that's not been
Safety car.
yellow flag.
Oh,
Oh,
safety car.
safety car. See, look, I told you it wasn't the last we saw of the safety car.
Right, that's a free pit stop for Perez.
Yeah, free stop for anyone that really wants to come in.
Anyone who doesn't stop, anyone who does stop, then's going back into the pack.
Max upset on the radio. Yellow.
Yeah,
I think George kind of turned in on him and they're pretty much alongside. That was just what Checo needed.
yeah, that's perfect. Checker. Perez. Okay, Leclerc's carried on, so Perez will go to the end on that. Oh, that was close for Verstappen against Sainz. That was nearly an unsafe release. Wait till you see a replay on that. Okay, Max obviously hasn't changed his front wing, so he's still missing a couple of end plates.
Yeah.
Ooh, and CBD says, whose fault was that?
Ooh.
Hmm.
I feel like because of that, how tight that corner is, Max could have waited. And I don't know if that's his impatient side coming out. Or Like Pedro said, maybe turned in a little bit too harshly.
Racing incident, potentially.
Potentially.
We kind of need like a top-down look on that one, don't we? It doesn't exist, probably.
Max pitted but didn't change the front wing, to be fair. It doesn't look like he has massive damage. Max has nothing to lose. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a track that's going to massively hinder the car too much. If it was something like what's very heavily dependent, like Barcelona, he would be pitting. Would have been changing it.
Jerome Bottas only cars on medium. Yeah.
My money is on Perez at this point. I'm going to imagine Leclerc is going to try and go to the end.
Yeah.
Because he went
I would say so.
over 20 laps on the mediums. So doing 30 laps on the hards. That's got to be possible. Right, yeah. There you go. Just saw... that. It wasn't as close as it looked on the other camera, but that was still fairly close with Red Bull and Ferrari.
Yeah.
Russell and Verstappen under investigation.
Ooh.
I think it would be a little bit harsh from both of them, if either of them got a penalty.
Yeah.
Because Max was alongside.
Ish.
No, it was front wheel to front wheel virtually, but Max doing the thing, he always launches down the inside, doesn't he?
Max was like, I'm not getting held up by this Aston.
Oh, John says he usually roots for Lewis. Unfortunately, he's 17th at the moment. Sorry.
Same, to be fair, but, you know.
CBD says, only way to settle this is to give Ocon a 5 seconds.
Yeah, just for no reason. Just be like, you're driving.
Yeah, then
5 second penalty.
You watch Ocon blame Alonso.
Saying that, though, Alpine looking relatively impressive this weekend.
We're going to have fun on the breakdown after this. We're going to try and get it out of the way quick, mind you, but...
Yeah, because I'm going back to bed.
I'm going for breakfast after this.
Are you ever going to sleep?
At some point.
At some point. Yeah. Yeah. Which day? Which week? Which year?
Hashtag I'm Batman.
Batman. I think F1 will be back in Vegas in 2024 at least.
Contractually, they have to be.
Oh, did you see the sphere?
I did.
It caught my attention. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that looks... That is cool. I mean, it's so American, but it's so cool.
America.
What am I having for breakfast? Probably a full English. So,
Nice.
bacon, eggs, beans, there'll be some hash browns on there, or whatever I want, some toast.
Oh.
Leclerc's complaining about the cold tyres, which is absolutely fair, I believe.
Yeah.
Safety car ending, so here we go again.
The sphere is awesome. It's like the sphere at Disney World in Orlando. Yeah.
Epcot, yeah. Hang on, do they do an actual sphere like that as well? Or just Epcot?
I'm not quite sure because I've never been.
You have to go at some point. It's well worth it.
I know, I want to go. It's just, you know, money.
It is costly. It's very, very costly. If anyone wants to make us very, very famous and rich YouTubers, we'll then go to Epcot and then take you around it with Instagram and TikToks and all that. Right, Leclerc has disappeared.
Parker says, "Oh, sounds good. I'm on my way." I thought yellow, blue, and red were banned from being on the sphere. Haha.
Oh.
Apparently, they're not allowed to be flashing.
Oh, Gasly trying to make a move on Perez into turn one. Do you know, where do you look for the action? Alonso dive bombing Sargent. Russell has a 5-second penalty, so he's obviously been blamed for that incident.
Yep.
Ricardo, I think. Yeah, Ricardo and Hulk Piastri, how does Piastri got to P4, P3? Sorry. How has he got there?
Um, Good question. I don't know.
Max on the back of Gasly with, I'm guessing, Ocon right behind him. Well, you can see Gasly's rear tyres breaking traction, trying to squirt the car between those short corners. They're
Yeah,
going
it
to have
looks a
fun
bit
with the
wiggly.
pre-GP. Hamilton's complaining about the win, but whenever he's not winning, he's complaining about everything, so that's standard.
But do we think, early prediction, will Vegas be back next year?
Contractually, yes, it will be, but it's if they extend it beyond the minimum term. That is
Mm.
going to be the question. I
Do you
don't.
reckon they'll make any changes after this year? Thinking this worked, this didn't work.
I think for the racing, it's working because it's such a unique track. But even if it is not a good track, it's so unique, it's causing the drivers a lot of problems, which is
Mm-hmm.
giving us an interesting race. Problem is, it's a bit like Baku. It either gives us a dud or one hell of a. I can't say a proper non-18 rated word on this one. A certain show. I feel
Yeah.
it's a bit like that.
Some
So,
may say a show.
yeah, that's the one. I've got a feeling it's somewhere between those two at the moment, but it's giving us a good race. For one, we don't have the runaway championship leader in P1, and we have a fight for the lead. We've had a dice for many of the places. We had people from the back, now at the front, at the front, at the back.
Yeah, it's been a weird.
Yeah, the only thing we need now is a bit of rain. Oh, Max was noted for unsafe release. Interesting. That is a
Don't
little
jinx
harsh
it.
for Max.
Mm.
Ocon with the fastest lap in DRS behind Max and the other Alpine. Looks like the Perez is coming towards Leclerc. We know that Red Bull with DRS is going to be fast. I fear we're going to get a Max Verstappen win, but it's going to be the other Red Bull.
Yeah. Damn it.
If that's just not kicking the teeth, nothing is.
Pedro says, "What do you feel about the 5-second penalty that Russell got?"
Do you want to answer that?
Well, maybe obviously the steward saw something that we didn't see, and maybe they did rule that he did turn in a bit too aggressively. It always seems to be Verstappen and George coming together.
It kind of reminds me of that Hamilton Verstappen crash at Silverstone a few years back. It's kind of one of those kind of things. It's not particularly one driver's fault, but they've obviously just defined it as more Russell's fault. So
Yeah.
it is what that one is.
Ooh.
Max on the back of Gasly. Perez is still 6 tenths behind Leclerc, so he hasn't made the move yet.
He's waiting. Hamilton throws his dummy out pram all the time because he's not winning. He doesn't like losing.
He is a bit moody when he's not winning.
Yeah, I mean, the Mercedes round here today it's not amazing. It's not great. That's probably due to how long the straights are. If Pedro, if I'm right, it's still like the third slowest car on the straights, I think.
Sarah,
Mm.
watch Piastri. He's just set the fastest lap and he's gone from 1.5 behind Perez to it was 1.1. It's at 1.1 now. Piastri is a threat here.
Go, Piastri, go!
If Leclerc doesn't win, I want Piastri to win. And Max is 2 seconds
Um,
behind Piastri as well.
they're actually one of the fastest this weekend. Really? What? Thank you very much for the raid there, whatever for. Appreciate the raid, thank you very much. Hope your stream went well. What were you up to?
We're watching the Grand Prix.
We are watching Vegas.
I'm hooked. If
I'm starting to wake up.
If Piastri wins before Lando does, I'm not watching F1 anymore. Yeah, that's fair, man. Oh, okay. There goes Perez down the inside. Now Leclerc's going to have DRS, so he might be able to come back at him, but that Red Bull is rapid, even if out front.
Come on, Leclerc, stay with him. Stay with him.
Come on.
If not, Piastri just fly past them both.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Warning signs. Someone played the Imperial Death March. Here comes Max with the fastest lap.
Du, du, du.
Yeah, that DRS. I mean, look at that. Whoa.
Yeah. Maybe. We said earlier that obviously he's good at street tracks. Maybe.
Leclerc is still within DRS. It's not over. We did see the other week at Interlagos, Alonso did come back at same person, Perez. So, okay, now, Leclerc has just lost DRS gap. Well, he's on the,
that was quick.
He's on the cusp of it. He's like,
yeah, he's like,
he was hundredths either side of it. Now, but now we've got Gasly and Ocon together. Alpine's together on the same bit of track. That never goes badly.
Even without a front wing end plate, Max's car still looks like a rocket ship. Yeah. He doesn't need a full functioning car.
Here comes Max on Piastri. Oh.
Well, that's Piastri's first win, that way.
Yeah, that one. That
cue, cue Jaws music from Matt. Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, unfortunately, Leclerc, he is on harder tyres. Oh, okay. Ocon giving a dive bomb to Gasly. Gasly cuts back side by side into turn 2. Oh,
as long as you don't, as long as they don't take each other out, it's fine.
It's Ocon. He always crashes with his teammate. Oh, don't be foreboding.
They survived another corner. Let's go.
Code Brown. And on the back of Gasly now is going to be Albon and Stroll, of all people.
The team call was like, hold the position, think about tyre management, and Ocon just went,
no.
We can go past him anyway.
How's Max got that pace without that end plate? Well, saying it, Leclerc is on the back of Perez again.
No, Ocon, if he is to put Gasly in the wall to keep his position, he will. True that.
This is a weird race. I mean, a lot of the drivers out there are going to be balancing their ERS deployment to both defend and attack. I have a feeling we're seeing that from Perez at the moment. He's paying the price for overtaking Leclerc. Leclerc's now got more battery power to use, and he's come back at him.
Yeah. Makes sense. Wherefore, hey, sorry to dash, I'm super tired. Have a great stream and hope to see you all soon. Thank you for the raid again, really do appreciate it. And yeah, go get some sleep.
Pleasure seeing you.
Go get some sleep. Yeah, thank you again for the raid, and I hope everyone in the raid's doing well. Yeah, me and Midnight, we like to watch the F1, give our thoughts and opinions about it, do some ratings of the drivers afterwards, and we do a pre-GP, which obviously will be a post-GP today, where we do a 100% race on F1 on the F1 game around that track of the weekend. So obviously today it'll be Vegas. Never actually, I think I've done one lap on the game of
Oh,
Vegas.
here goes
So
Leclerc. Sorry, here comes Leclerc. He's gone back into P1.
oh
Oh,
oh.
I didn't want to interrupt you there, but that was literally for the lead.
I could just see like you're so awake, and then there's me just like
Yeah, I'm buzzing. But yes, post GP tonight, and if this is anything to go by, we might have some fun.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm calling it. I think Perez used too much battery to get past Leclerc, and now, now he's probably gonna come back past him again. They're gonna keep doing this, I feel.
That move has just maxed the race. Potentially. Red Bull second and third. Yeah, they're still fighting for the win. Go on, Charles. I'm still doubting that he'll be able to defend the position, unfortunately. Yeah. I don't know. We can hope. We can dream. You know?
14 laps left to run. Max is just going to come past Perez, so it's going to be Leclerc Verstappen again. Oh god, when these go side by side as well, I absolutely wince.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling we're going to see Max in the lead in a few seconds.
Yeah. Please no. Whatever you need to do, Charles, just do it.
If there's one thing that we've seen, even if Leclerc falls behind a Red Bull, he might come back at them. And one thing we saw in the first stint was Max didn't have as good as tyre life as the Ferrari. So maybe it's a long game here. Max saying, "Let's work together here." After he overtakes Perez. Yeah, okay.
Makes sense. Look, Charles Leclerc on the sphere as Charles Leclerc goes past.
Why are we looking at Rihanna? Stop it.
Out of context.
On-track action for the lead, and we're looking at Rihanna.
Yeah.
I'm not angry. I'm not angry.
I'm not angry, but
I'm just disappointed. Right, here comes Max. Leclerc, you have to defend the inside. Yeah, Verstappen's got way more battery. Whoa! Okay, this might end up in tears. Race leader, Verstappen. Blech.
Can I go to bed now?
I don't think it's over yet. The only thing that's counting against Leclerc is he's got slightly older tyres.
I mean, we've got to find the positives. We had at least 10-ish laps with Max not in the lead. Okay, let's take the positives, guys. He actually got overtook for once.
Briefly.
Briefly.
But now
it was briefly.
I don't think this is over yet. We're going to now see a DRS train for Leclerc and Perez if Leclerc can stay with him. And I don't think this is over yet.
I think at this pace, Max won't win by more than 5 seconds. No, I would agree with you there. I would agree with you.
Right, do you want to do a top 10 rundown?
Yeah, Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, Piastri, Ocon, Gasly, Stroll, Albon, Russell, and Sainz.
And from 11th downwards, we have Alonso, Hamilton, Zhou, Sargent, K-Mag, Hulkenberg, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Bottas, and Norris, who has had a crash, so he is out.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that's the only one today, actually.
Yeah. Did you see the onboard footage from that?
Yeah. He just swapped ends on him, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like, nope,
So it was like he
bye.
went offline, and the rear of the car just went, nah, I'm out.
What has happened to that pace of Piastri, though? He was so quick and he's just dropped off.
Mm.
I think if it was Norris up there, he would be looking a bit stronger. He seemed to be a lot better on tyre life for that car.
Saying that, McLaren have struggled this weekend. I mean, I see sort of some footage that they were porpoising quite a bit.
Okay,
So maybe,
Russell and Albon.
oh,
Not quite.
yeah. Um, but Max also has Checo supporting away. If Leclerc goes down to third, it'll be difficult for him to overtake them. Yeah.
Yeah, right, fair enough.
Actually has 22-year-old hards. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now. That means, yeah, he's at the end of his tyre life. We're still on 11 laps to go, so he must be managing the car towards the end. Which is fair enough.
Does that mean Piastri's got a pit again?
No, I'd imagine he's just... Well, I'd imagine he's just being careful. But we did see... I want to say it was Baku 21. Yeah, 21. When Max had a blowout when he was leading on really old tyres at Baku. So...
Which are 5 to 10 laps older than the cars in front of him, and he still has to pit again because he started on a set of hards.
Oh, so he's still... Okay. So he's going to want to pit now.
Mm.
Right, it looks like Red Bull are actually very worried that the Leclerc is still within a second. Because they've just told him to break the toe if they can. This is what I'm saying. I don't think this is over yet. If Leclerc can get back close with 2 or 3 laps to go... I'm not going to say it, because otherwise Ferrari will do a Ferrari. Oh, what happened there? Albon just went really deep into a corner and lost 2 places.
Don't know.
Oh, there's a Driver of the Day championship.
Woo.
Yellow flag. Green flag, never mind. Looks like Sargent's gone off somewhere.
Yeah. I saw him tumbling down.
That's a shame for Williams. That was such a high starting position to be no points for the pair of them. That is unfortunate. It does look like a no scoring for Haas, Alfa Romeo, and AlphaTauri.
So no more than...
Sadly. Right. Piastri he's either goal hanging for a late safety car, or he's going to pit on the final lap, which we saw at Baku this year.
Sergeant is like, with this I'm going to McDonald's after the race. Yeah.
There.
Maybe he's already put his order in, and he's just like, yep, I just want this over. I'm gonna go get my McDonald's. His engineer talked to him as he was on the braking zone and caught him off guard. That's for Albon, by the way.
Oh.
You'd feel like you want to shout back and be like, shut up. I'm trying to drive here. Voted for Leclerc driver of the day. Good shout. Good shout. Leclerc is now 1.5 seconds behind, so Max has broken that toe.
Yeah, that's what he needed to do. Feel free to come back and chill whenever you're ready, mate. Hey, we've had one vote for Leclerc for driver of the day. I think that's fair. I don't think anyone could vote against Max either. He's done outstandingly well considering where he was after the first stop and the safety car and all that.
Enjoy your food and maybe see you shortly. But thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Could it be a Red Bull 1-2 at this point?
Could be.
I didn't think Stroll was still in the top 10, but he is.
Oh, Mr.
When did he do that?
What is his name?
It keeps popping like in and out of the top 10. Like I swear I've seen them like down then up, then down, then back up. Confusing.
Right, it looks like the Williams boys didn't pit under the safety car, so that's why they're tumbling through the field.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Piastri, the longer he leaves it, the more painful it's going to be.
Yeah. Are we sure he didn't pit?
He's pitted, but I think he started on...
Oh, so he's gone hard.
Wait,
yeah.
no, did he start on hards or did he start on mediums?
I can't remember.
He started on hards.
Yeah.
Yeah, the longer he leaves it, the less time he's going to less opportunity he's going to have to make up any positions. So he's got to pit. We had this problem with Hulkenberg at Baku. He just waited until the final lap, and it's like you're gonna drop out no matter what you do. Just hoping for a safety car is a bit of a fool's errand. Okay, yeah, Verstappen's gone now. It's 2 seconds gap.
Yeah.
Well, we had a good race up until then.
Up until like 2 laps ago.
Red Bull 1-2. You can switch off your set now.
Okay, good night, bye. Good night. I mean, good morning. I mean, I don't know. I'm asleep.
Good
already.
Morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Yeah, the Williams need to pit.
The Williams are not going to pit. There's no point for them to pit.
No.
Whereas Piastri has to.
Ooh. That was close to the wall.
Yeah, it looks like on the mediums, the Ferrari had better tyre wear. Piastri is finally in. But
yeah,
looked like Leclerc.
I don't think he wants to be, but it's going to have to be.
Leclerc had better tyre wear on the mediums, but on the hard tyres, the Red Bull's better.
Oh, imagine that. Go from 4th to 11th. Just like that.
Well, he's definitely going to be.
And he's going to lose. Yeah.
He might even lose a place to Albon, despite having fresh tyres. Signs up to P7. Ocon still sitting in P4. Damn, that's good. Considering where he started.
Yeah. I just realised I was quite far behind on the feed. I saw that now. It's fine, Pedro. It's fine.
It's right. It's fine. We can see what's going on. We can tell you.
Yeah, we can swap roles.
Russell just was told that they're expecting P4, so they're expected to get past Stroll and Ocon and get 5 seconds down the road in less than 5 laps. Sure.
Huh? What?
Okay, now we see... Okay... Alonso, Gasly and Hamilton all together. So here comes Hamilton. Oh, it's a shame for Gasly. He's fallen through the back today. Oh, into the final corner. That is very brave. Reminds me of Singapore, that corner.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, so Hamilton into 9th now. Looks like he's going to be trying to make his way up to 7th or 8th.
I don't know. I'm still struggling to see where Toto was in P4. But maybe, I guess, if he, starts running now.
Has Hamilton gone for 2 sets of tyres? He started on the hards. He's on the hards now.
Do you know what? I don't know.
I think he pitted
That's the
during
honest
the
question.
virtual safety car and the safety car. So, yeah, he must have done.
My brain is...
He had damage on the first lap. Or so, I can't remember anymore.
I don't know. Oh, I was asleep then. I'm asleep now. Like, my brain's just like...
Leclerc is coming back at Perez, so could have a fight for P2.
Yay!
Do you want to go back to bed? Yes, is the answer.
I know, but if it was like battle for P1, I'd be a little bit more excited.
Hamilton is on the back of Alonso. This can only go well. Famous last words. See, Alonso out of second corner is just gone.
Oh yeah, what's Toto on about with P4 when George has got a 5-second penalty?
Maybe he's forgotten.
What? Maybe Toto's gone to bed. He's just like, yep, I've had enough. Good night.
Can we see Piastri get back? If he gets Gasly, he's still.
I only see him maybe potentially getting into 10th. Even that's a bit of a push.
Yeah, I'd agree with you on that.
I reckon he's going to stay where he is, to be honest. Being realistic.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Right, Hamilton up to 8th now, looking at Sainz. With Russell with a 5-second penalty. He's actually behind Hamilton now.
I was going to say, Toto. Pedro said Toto probably thought they were using the W11. Yeah, well, they can whiz past everybody.
I read that as we.
Wee. Yellow flag, 6-3.
Oh, there's a Haas stopping.
Oh, he's going out. He's like, yep. My McDonald's order is ready.
Ooh. But what are you having? You having an Egg McMuffin, or are you having...
No, I meant for Haas.
I know.
Not me.
I know. Oh, man.
My brain isn't braining, alright?
But as long as your brain don't mind, it's alright.
Exactly. I mean, actually, I could really do with McDonald's now.
That'd be quite nice, actually.
Yeah. Who's the driver of the day?
I wasn't paying much
I
attention
saw
to
that pop up and I didn't see it, and then it went.
Yeah, I think it was Perez at the top.
Mm.
Yeah, and there's no safety car for the Hulk because he pulled off in a safe zone. He's gone around the corner and he's parked it quite nicely.
Yeah,
I do think Leclerc might get Perez again.
maybe. Lewis P8, yeah. They didn't show us the overtake.
So Sonoda might be out.
Oh no.
He's had a terrible weekend.
Hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say the AlphaTauri. Both of them haven't had an amazing weekend.
Yeah, despite all the upgrades they've had recently, they've just not had any pace. And
Well,
yeah,
it suited them well for Brazil, but obviously not here.
yeah. And he now has dropped behind Bottas as well.
My phone's telling me I have work tomorrow. Stop reminding me.
Well, that's in 24 hours, literally, from now.
Yeah, exactly. That's when my phone went bing. Remember, you got
Calendar.
work.
That is fair.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to be reminded. I know.
Yellow flag, sector 3. We've got Sonoda pulling off the
So
same
you-
place as Hulk. From the looks of it.
Oh, they're going for a little car meet.
With the McDonald's.
Yay! Going through the drive-through.
There probably is one down there, knowing Americans.
Probably. It's a shame that Williams won't score points after having such a quality session. Yeah.
Hmm. When did Russell get Stroll? When did I miss that?
I don't know.
There is
I
a
don't
lot
know.
going on in this race. Right, we might still see Leclerc come back at Perez. It's now 0.7 of a second. If Leclerc's been clever, he saved a lot of battery. But then again, Perez might have done the same.
Same, Pedro. Same. Do.
Oh, God.
Justin Bieber! Yay!
Right.
I don't know if you can see my poster over there.
Yeah,
I won't. I shouldn't have pointed that out. I went to see Justin Bieber in concert, and it's one of the best concerts I've ever been to. And
I'm just going to end the stream now.
you know, it's just, I liked and I like his music. All right,
No, not really.
baby. I'm surprised he's there. Actually, I didn't think. I wouldn't have imagined him waving the flag. I thought they would have got some I don't know.
If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to find that bit when you press hard enough, you go instantly into a coma.
Shut up.
Can't find it.
Why is the checker flag out? We're not finished yet, Sphere. Imagine that if you're at the back and that's appeared and you're like, oh, I finished. Oh wait, no I haven't. Yeah, Dutch and Austrian national anthem start queuing.
Okay, here comes Leclerc.
Well, he's gonna have to
4
do it quick.
temps. 2 temps. He's going for it.
Oh,
Woo-hoo-hoo.
that was a good move.
Oh, that's going to be irritating for Perez. But it's going to be across the line. Okay, Leclerc gets my vote for driver of the day.
Yeah, he did well. Yeah,
That's
what a
twice in 2
move.
races that Perez has lost positions on the final lap or so. Oh my. To quote George Takei. I'm going to still maintain this was a good race, but I don't think the track is any good, but because it is very, very unique, it's caused the drivers problems and forced them to adapt and given us a good race, which is a very weird
Yeah.
way to think about it. Maybe they need more
Oh,
crap tracks.
maybe.
No, it wasn't the first ever Vegas race, it was the first one this century. There won't be a cool down room in this one, by the way.
Oh yeah, I remember them saying.
Shall we move very, very swiftly on to the breakdown?
Can do if you want.
I was going to say,
If you wanna.
I'll get the qualifying stats. If you screenshot the finishing standings,
Pedro.
or whichever one of you do it first. It's good to hear a lot of positivity about the Ferrari garage.
I'm going to send you everything. Thanks, Pedro. Thanks. Yeah, Charles Leclerc wins driver of the day.
I think that is fair.
He's got to win something.
A lot
He
of good
did.
drives.
Yeah, he did really well. It's just Max seems to be in a completely different league.
At least it's only a different league 2 seconds ahead rather than 30 seconds
Yeah.
ahead. But
Yeah.
Max always, because he's utterly damn ruthless, as we saw on lap 1, he'll just dive bomb it and then expect people to get out of the way, which I still hate. I really do. And being fair, that was a dive bomb and a half from Leclerc.
Listen to what. Did you hear what Max was singing on the radio?
I did, I was ignoring it.
Sorry, that caught me so off guard.
They did say one of the drivers turned up to the circuit this morning in an Elvis costume. I'm not sure if it was Leclerc or Max.
Max has got a Elvis race suit on.
Or maybe that's what they meant. Oh, it looks like one of the Mercs did a pass on the last lap as well. That was missed. Okay. Oh, apparently Max and Checo had Elvis race it. Right. Woo! That was a bit of an interesting one.
Oh, I did, Pedro, thank you. I got them. Oh. Apparently there's only 10 points between Aston Martin and McLaren in the Constructors' Championship.
For P4?
I believe.
No, that would make sense actually, with Mercedes and Ferrari at the top. And obviously Red Bull just, or Max just out front of the constructors.
Max served the 5-second penalty on pit road, yeah. George's result should have the penalty added to it. Okay.
Yeah, he finished P4 or 5 on the road.
Yeah, I think he actually did get P4, but obviously the penalties then basically brought him back.
Hmm.
Abu Dhabi is going to make that battle interesting. Yeah.
Gasly looked very unhappy. He had a
Mm.
great first stint of the race and just went backwards after the safety car.
Oh, Piastri with the fastest lap.
Yeah, I think he's the only one in the second half of the race who did a pit.
Yeah. Did it? Did he get any points?
If he finished P10, he would get the fastest lap point.
Let me have a look. Yeah, he did finish P10. Oh, that's why Gasly's looking annoyed. He finished P11.
Yeah, that definitely explains that one. Whoops.
Why does Checo look like he's actually driving for Ferrari?
Oh god,
When
he
they're
really
standing,
does.
yeah, when he's standing next to him, it's like, what?
Yeah, he really does on that one, doesn't he?
Apparently, I think I just heard that. What? Oh, that's interesting way to get to the podium. I believe Carlos and Alonso are tied for points in the Drivers' Championship.
And Carlos having the only win out of the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
All three of those drivers led the race today. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Checo just looks upset.
Cool down room turning into cool down car.
Welcome to the Max Verstappen mobile podcast.
And Max is Max explaining as always.
Racing drivers can't explain anything without using their hands like this.
Yeah, like
I wanted the burger, and it was kind of like that. Luis Rodriguez, hello on YouTube. Anyone who's on YouTube, feel free to give us a like, a comment, or a subscribe. Otherwise, feel free to join us on Twitch. Myself and the Sarah Hawkey are currently doing this watch along. Not sure what to do at the moment because we're waiting for the podium lot to apparently drive to the podium.
yeah, we're listening to cool down car. Now we go straight to the nightclub.
So I can't believe that Perez, after the lap 1 incident when he went at the back of Bottas, is on the podium.
I'm actually enjoying Cool Down Car. They have arrived.
Well, the one thing they wouldn't have needed on there today would be AC, because it's a bit of a cooler Grand Prix today.
Mm.
It's not as cold as they thought it was going to be, but that's fine.
Even though Checo lost P2 the way he did, it was a good race from him. Yeah, considering where he started and that first lap shenanigans with Bottas.
He still has proved he can't go wheel to wheel with Max and win.
I'm just watching that. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, it's kind of like the awe for it, isn't it? It's kind of
yeah.
it's a hell of a place.
Does look very pretty.
Neon everywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe this is teaching us what we need from F1 is a lot more long straights and a lot more heavy braking zones rather than high-speed corners and stuff like that. Because when you've got a lot of high-speed corners, a la either Austin, which as we all know is the Silverstone clone in the first sector, they can't get close to each other.
No. Oh, look, there's a car.
Yeah, and as John says, we got DC there, Mr. Coulthard, who is famous for having a neck wider than his head. Back in the day. So he's blaming the setup of his car.
Yeah, car sideways.
Looks like a Williams car, doesn't it?
I was gonna say it does look like the Williams.
I think the question is, I think the Grand Prix is delivered. Is it too much disruption for the local facilities?
Oh yeah. I feel like if they want spectators, they're gonna have to reduce the price next year.
Oh hell
Because
yes.
they had to reduce the price anyway because of the lack of spectators.
You're fine having the super high costs for people that can afford it, and absolute supreme budgets. They can pay whatever they want.
Yeah.
But for the average enthusiast, that's not fair.
No, it's a good question that, because obviously that strip or that circuit is a road, and it probably has caused. Well, you've seen it in like multiple videos of the disruption it's caused, where they're like resurfacing it and getting things ready. They've blocked certain roads, and obviously, if that's your commute, it's a bit like, um,
If that was my commute, I would have booked off this week and gone on
yeah,
holiday
we've been like,
elsewhere.
yeah, just don't deal with it. Yeah. The prices were extortionate, even for people that can afford it. Yeah, exactly.
Leclerc had a good race here today, didn't he?
Yeah.
Very gutsy. Fell behind Max, passed him. Went back into the pack to the thanks to the safety car. Then we had another safety car. Perez got past him. He got back past Perez. He got passed by Max, then passed by Perez, and he got back past Perez again. He spent a lot of the time today passing Red Bulls.
At least someone did.
Mm.
Although Leclerc's like, yeah, sorry for being second. do. Max Verstappen.
I still think his first corner was a bit dirty. If you were to stop doing that, he'd probably be the perfect driver. But we've always had drivers like that, like Michael Schumacher, who historically would be super talented, super quick, but a bit evil behind the car.
I still can't believe that Ocon and Stroll technically finished P4 and 5.
It's one of those races where we didn't see much in the way of strategy. And those that pitted on the first lap to change to harder tyres, get off the mediums, did well. Because the hard tyre seemed like to be the tyre to be on today. Because they went from medium onto hards, went to halfway and pitted again like the safety car. So they had 3 pit stops the entire time. That's it. Barely saw any racing pit stops today. Except for maybe Piastri. You might be the only one.
Yeah. I feel like that was a late call from McLaren.
Yeah, that was a bit dumb.
Yeah.
If they wanted him to make his way back through the field, they had to have done that 5 laps earlier, at least.
No, I agree.
But they were goal hanging, waiting for a safety car. They just were.
Yeah.
Oh, what are they going to do behind them? Are they going to project something onto a fountain or something?
Don't know.
I saw a really good celebration in Abu Dhabi the other day. They had a set of drones, and they had it in the form of a skeleton. It was just moving around, taking steps. It was so cool.
Oh, they're doing a water and light show apparently.
Apparently they're going back to the podium in a minute. They're just doing the interview here. I know. He's still 50 Grand Prix victories behind Hamilton. That shows you how dominant Hamilton has been over the last couple of decades, doesn't it?
But also it shows you how quickly
Oh yeah.
Max is catching up.
Oh, completely. When Schumacher hit 91, everyone said no one will ever do that again. And in the last 15 years, we've had Max and Lewis. It's like, whoa. Who probably between them, and Vettel, he's got 51 victories as well, I think. Between the three of them, they've got 200 victories.
Yeah. Same Pedro. Just take them to the podium.
Mm.
I hope they don't have to drive all the way back.
Mm. One interesting point is with the way F1 super licenses work. I think they have to pay $1,000 for every point they have from the previous year to get the license for next year. Max is going to have to pay about $500,000.
I think it's more than that. I think it'll be like $1 million. It was like $1 million last year.
Oh.
It's a lot more than that. Yeah. Oh, they are driving back. Ooh.
Over $1 million. Ooh. I don't think Max will catch Lewis in the next 2 to 3 seasons unless... If Red Bull come out with a more dominant car next year, I will shut up. But... year or 2 years after that, we're going to have another new rule set with new engines. And historically, when new engines come in, the reliability goes down the toilet for 6 months. So if Max were to win 15, at least, races a season... Okay, yeah, in about 4 years, that puts him about equal Lewis. That's bad.
Yeah.
I do think this is an exceptional year, but either way. Yeah, if he keeps winning at this rate. I was just giving an opinion on it, man. I mean, his luck can't continue the way it is. He hasn't had a break. I don't remember the last time he had a breakdown. Maybe Bahrain last year?
Good quit. I don't. Yeah.
When him and Perez both dropped out of Bahrain within a lap and a half of each other at the end of the race with a fuel pump or something to that effect.
Probably last year. Can't remember him at all breaking down this year.
Driving wise, he's been impeccable. You can't argue it, can you? It does look like a gigantic nightclub now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Why did they go all the way to the Bellagio to do an interview and then drive all the way back? Oh.
I don't know. Is the honest answer. I don't know.
Still not the cringiest thing we've seen in American F1, though, is it?
No.
Do you remember the first Miami Grand Prix with all of the podium drivers being brought to the podium on... I can't remember what it was, but there was motorbike cops and all that sort of thing, wasn't there?
Oh yeah, they're in like some open top muscle car, and
yeah, that was it.
And they're having like escorted by police. Yeah, and the fake water in Miami.
I forgot about that. Yeah, the harbour.
Yeah. The slot machine style intro to the drivers and the podium looks interesting.
That was good.
Yeah, pretty cool. Oh, they went to Hard Rock Stadium nearby for trophies in Miami. Yeah.
I think we can move on now. We've heard this album how many times this year?
It's the F1 theme tune, isn't it?
It is now. As I said to Pedro yesterday, I heard a stat, and this is incredible. First off, the first stat is it'd be the first non-Mercedes winning year if they don't win in Abu Dhabi since I think 2012 or 2011.
Really? Damn.
And when do you think was the last time a British driver didn't win an F1 race? Bear in mind, I'm going off TikTok, so if I'm wrong on this, I'm blaming TikTok. But have a guess what they said. The last year a British driver didn't win in F1.
It's got to be before.
Before what?
Oh, it's going to have to be before Hamilton, before Sebastian Vettel.
Well, I can tell you, in the
2000.
This century, we've had Hamilton since 2007 win, or Russell last year win a race in every race since 2007. Pre-2006, we had hello Nathan. Pre-2006, we had Button in 2006, and otherwise we've had. I know there were some other British drivers, but we've had like Johnny Herbert, Damon Hill, Nigel Mansell. But you keep going back further and further and further. What TikTok said was 1957.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have gone. I didn't think it was that far back. Jesus.
Yeah, and I'm just going to double check my facts because I can't think of any British driver winning anything from about 2002 because I can't think of any. I genuinely can't think of any at the moment. Yeah, now 10, share it out. Welcome on YouTube. If you enjoy what you see, please feel free to give the channel a like, comment and subscribe. Otherwise, check out Miss Sarah Hawkey on Twitch. She's that side. Just going to have a look. Well, we had Eddie Irvine, who was technically Northern Irish, so he counts. I'm trying to think of who would have been in the 2000s. That fact is bothering me now because I don't.
Red Bull have just beaten Mercedes' record of most wins in the season. Since 2016, apparently. Right, I'm going to look more into that fact because that's bothering me. It really is. Thank you very much, man. If you like it, love the channel, great to have you here, my man. Coulthard, that's who it was. Thank you, Pedro. That was bothering me. So you would have won from about 94 all the way through to about 2003, 2004. Yeah, you're right. So that puts us all the way back to 94. Then you've got Mansell all the way back to the mid-80s, and then after that you got Hunt, Stewart, Graham Hill, and it keeps going back and back and back. Yeah, thank you very much. That was annoying me. It's been just ended coverage here. Yeah, Nathan was asking who's your favourite driver. Me? What, from today or in general?
in general?
Um, I don't know if it's changed or not.
Well, you'll
I'm
know
trying
that,
to
not
think.
me.
I like Lando. I've always been an advocate for Lando's openness about mental health. And like he doubts him. Like he's so hard on himself. Like if he does the slightest thing wrong, then he feels like he's not good enough. And I think we all can relate to that a little bit.
Completely.
And I've always like appreciated how open he is with that mental health and like performance psychology.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't. I think it is still him. I'm trying to think of it if there's anyone else that's creeped up onto my favourite driver. I mean, I don't know. I'll stick with Lando for now because my
fair.
brain isn't braining. I'm tired.
Yeah, your brain doesn't brain, but your mind don't brain. So long as it doesn't mind, whatever. But
Exactly.
exactly. For myself in the current grid, I'm a fan of Leclerc, Albon. Weirdly enough, Alonso, both the McLaren boys. So it's always nice to see. I think everyone does like Danny Rick just because he's such a warm individual. But
Don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of all, like mostly all of them. But
I like Bottas's humour.
mm.
But not all of the pictures he posts. Not all the time, anyway. You know the ones. Right, I suppose we better get to the breakdown so we can crack on.
Yeah.
Right, give me a moment and I will share that with you. Do.
Oh, is it not? Oh, it's because he changed his thing. That's why.
Nathan says, hope Norris is okay. He will be fine. Do not worry about
Yeah.
it. He got out of the car.
Apparently, they took him to hospital. For just, the checks that they have to do after. But probably just winded. They said.
Yeah, that would make sense. It was a fairly big, hefty crash. You're exactly right. There's a word I'm exactly thinking of. But yeah, those cars are built so strong these days. Chances are he would have been fine. So we don't need to pray for Norris. He was out and walking around. He was all good. Right, I'll share this with you, Sarah.
So very much like.
Very much like mush. Let's not ever say that again. Once I can get Discord to do its thing.
I don't know, out of the current grid, I probably have to say my next favourite driver is probably Hamilton. I know that's cliche. I've grown up in his era of dominance, so when I think of Formula One, I think of like the Hamilton dominance of like my childhood. If that makes sense.
Okay, it's a bit like me thinking of Mansell and Hill.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nathan did
Not
say
saying that I dislike anything.
Yeah, we all have our personal favourites and whatnot. Right, shall we get to this and get cracking?
Let's get crack-a-lackin'.
Let's do it. Right, in which case we will start once I have found where I've put the list. There it is. There's the damn thing. Have you got the winning list or there?
I do's.
You do's.
I do's. Yeah.
Doozly diddly.
I diddly do's, yes.
Oakley dokley.
Oakley dokley, folks.
Oakley dokley, neighbour. Right, let's do this. So, hang on one moment. Right, what order do you want to start it? You pick. Finish order, race order, reverse race order, alphabetical.
Let's go. Let's go. Last to first.
Cool. So you All right, you call out the. Well, we know it's Norris first. I mean, that one we don't
Hmm.
need any prizes for. He started
No,
P15 and binned it early on lap 5-ish.
I was gonna say 4 or 5. Yeah,
I think he goes
the
straight.
way the rear end snapped was so strange. It was, yeah.
We do have a rule here that if they don't complete about a third of the Grand Prix, we tend not to give them a grade unless they've binned it.
Lap 2.
Oh Christ, it wasn't even that long.
Mm.
Sadly, I think we have to give them a grade.
I don't know, because it's almost like he went offline and the grip just wasn't there. The rear end snapped. He's gone to try and correct it, and the car's just done that fishtail thing where it's like, no, I'm going, like I'm spinning.
As much as I
So,
want to agree with you, he's the only one that happened to. And there was 50 laps with 19 drivers going around. None of them didn't happen to any of them. So I do agree with you. But it's a tricky one, isn't it?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because
We'll put him in NA for now, but we may have to revisit it, okay?
I feel like it's hard to call because he doesn't bin it very often.
True.
So it's almost like,
True.
is it the car? Is it him? Is it the track? We don't know.
I would say it's the track, but again, it's the same conditions for everyone. Right, anywho, next one. Who finished last?
Well, we've got 2 outs. DNFs. Hulkenberg.
Well, of course, yes. Who started P13 and was running there or thereabouts at the end.
Tried a lap around 45-ish.
I'm going to say he C minus. That Haas is just it's a dog in drag clothes on a drag strip.
Can we rate him that highly for DNFing?
He hasn't had a problem. He hasn't binned it. He hasn't done anything wrong. He's in a Haas which always goes backwards.
I suppose.
So I don't think many of the drivers out there are going to deserve low grades today because of the tricky conditions. So it may be there's a lot of C's today.
Hulkenberg was running P13 to 15. I can't remember on which of those positions he was. He had an issue with the car. Yeah.
Because he had a mechanical failure.
Just like Yuki.
Yeah. We'll get to Yuki. I've got a thing lined up for Yuki. Don't you worry. So, what do you feel? C minus? Fair or not fair?
For now, yeah.
Right.
Fair.
Next one then.
Yuki Tsunoda.
Now he was running at the back, started at the back. Honestly, I think it's it's a D for him because he was just nowhere today.
Yeah. Neither was Danny Rick in that AlphaTauri.
Yeah.
Didn't seem to shoot the track very well.
I agree. I do fully agree, but he was literally nowhere.
Yeah, and Yuki's strategy was weird.
Always is with AlphaTauri. It's like the Red Bull sister team, but they seem to have Ferrari strategy. So it's weird, isn't it? So we'll put him there.
Did you all see the race? We did, and nice to meet you. By the way, hope you're well.
Welcome. We're just doing a breakdown. Feel free to give us your opinions and votes.
Yeah, and let us know how you found the race.
We're working in reverse order of finishing order, so we'll get there. You do have Italian DNA after all. You're not wrong there, ma'am. Next one, Sarah.
Valtteri Bottas in P17.
He started P10. Got caught up in that first lap incident.
Oh, he started like P7, I think. Isn't it?
No, you are.
Or was
right.
that no?
P7. Sorry, I was thinking of Hamilton. You are right. Caught out by Alonso incident, then rear-ended by Perez. Probably had damage.
Yeah.
Still only ahead of Yuki.
Well, yeah. I mean,
About the same as Yuki.
he was 34 seconds off Sargent in P16.
Where was Zhou in relation to Bottas?
P15.
P15. I do feel Bottas might have been carrying a little bit of damage, but it wasn't 30 seconds worth of damage.
Mm.
For me, it's C- at best, D in front of Yuki at worst. What do you feel?
I'll go for a D.
Cute. Right, let's do that. Right, next one, Sarah.
Sargent.
Whom started an epic P6.
Finished P16.
Very, very strong opening stint until the tyres went off and he went backwards so quickly it was unreal.
Yes. They were. Whoa. Jesus.
They were whoa.
William started on mediums, and then from about lap 15 onwards, they were on hards. They didn't pit again.
Yeah,
Sargent did 35 laps on the hards. I know, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a Williams trait, isn't it? Very, very impressive qualifying. I can only feel it's about the same as Bottas, if I'm honest. Because that is Williams, and at a certain point in the drive, are throwing it away, saying, do you want to try this? And then just carrying on and just seeing the positions disappear.
Yeah.
What do you feel?
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Cool. We'll try and get through this so you can get back to bed. Right, next one.
So,
Whom
in P15.
Whom started 17. The C-, move on.
Yeah. I mean, he would have potentially been lower if obviously those DNS didn't happen.
Yeah. But again, he hasn't done anything wrong, and he did definitely have a weird strategy. He went
Yeah,
very, very long into the race.
Let's all admit the Alfa Romeo is
a dog.
Yeah. Would you go as far to saying it's the worst car on the grid?
Intermittently, yes. The Williams, Haas, and AlphaTauri seem to go up and down, depending on the track.
I would actually say that out of all of them, Alfa Romeo is at the bottom.
Yeah, I would too.
Right.
Cool. Next one.
Daniel Ricciardo.
Where did he finish?
P14.
Started P14. Didn't see much from him today. Don't know about you.
No, don't think they did. They show him?
Only being passed. Would you like to read that message off, Sarah?
Yes. So, hello Reaper King says, I like Max getting just that 5-second penalty. Was just bull. He didn't get any for hitting Russell off track. He didn't even get a penalty for that. Was just a load of crap. I really hate when sports play favourites, and that wins shows it.
It's a very strong opinion.
It's a very strong opinion. It's that thing, isn't it? It's that FIA, they don't like to make the quick decisions where it's just like, right, give him back the position, 5-second penalty, and blah blah blah. They waited like, what was it, like 10 laps?
Yeah, that was dumb.
And then they said, oh yeah, he's got a 5-second penalty.
Yeah,
he's already like nearly 5 seconds ahead anyway. Then obviously his tyres degraded quickly. We were in two minds about the Russell and the Verstappen incident because we weren't quite sure what happened. really. If Russell turned in too quickly or Max dive bombed, we were still, well, personally, me and Midnight were in the middle. We were like, it could be either. And obviously the stewards saw something that we didn't. Yeah, no, like,
We have to
I
agree.
kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
I think you do see sometimes that dodgy decisions happen.
We have to admit our limitations and what we can see.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of feel it was harsh on Russell to get a 5-second penalty. But
Yeah.
as we previously said, Max dive bombs into corners.
Mm.
But that one was wheel to wheel. So yeah.
I feel like if Max was any further back and went for it, then they would 100% have been a dive bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did 26 laps on the hards and 24 on the mediums. What were Alpha thinking? Yeah.
Yeah, they always do.
Danny did 33 laps on the hards. AlphaTauri handshake with questionable strategies.
Always is. Right. Next one. I was going to dwell on points. We'll get to Max anyway.
Magnussen.
K-Mag.
Might decide that. But at least my boy Charles made him work for the win. But all in all, the race was good. Can't wait to see what 2024 got in store. I'd agree with you there. We're hoping that the McLarens, they say that they've been developing their car since early in the year. So
they've got to have a strong year next year, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Right. Where did K-Mag finish?
P13.
Started P8.
Ooh.
That Haas is a dog.
Tis, yeah.
But I'm still thinking it's probably slightly stronger than Sargent. Who finished ahead of whom? Actually, he was behind. He was in front of Sargent. D or C minus? Pick one.
I'd say C minus at the moment.
Done. Moving on. Next one.
Albon.
He started P5.
Finished P12.
Great opening stint. Terrible strategy from Williams again.
Yep, did the same sort of strategy as Sargent. Mediums, then hards the whole time.
Yeah, and he did lost a few places by himself there, didn't he?
He did, yes. Pedro just said that his engineer talked to him in a braking zone, and that's why he lost those couple of positions. But still,
I'm going to say C minus because it wasn't particularly good for him, but it wasn't wasn't god awful. It was just wasn't good.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with you.
I'm going to put him at the bottom end of it though because I'm just really impressed with him.
But yeah, so hello Reaper King. If you do like watching the race with us and obviously rating as well, make sure to go follow both myself and Midnight. I say on either Twitch, YouTube, or
check out our
wherever you can find us.
Yeah, check out our link tree. What is your command?
I don't think I have one, unless Pedro created one. Pedro might have created one, which I forgot about, but I don't know.
Well, I'll play mine because it will come up with our link trees.
But yeah, appreciate you being here. And oh, Pedro did make one. Oh, thank you, Pedro. See, my brain's not braining today. I didn't know you.
There we go.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, we appreciate all your opinions. Obviously, no one has the same opinion, so it's good to always talk about different opinions.
Indeedly. Right, next one.
Gasly,
who finished what place?
P11.
Started P4.
Yeah.
Down 7 places. That's a D for me. Down 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's about the same as Sargent.
I mean, the same as Albon. Albon went down 7 places.
Alright, well, I'll put him in the same as Albon then, but alongside him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Questionable strategy from Alpine.
It's the
What
same
did
for
you?
all of them. They all had questionable strategies.
True.
Oh dear. Next one.
Gaz. Piastri.
Fair enough. He started P18.
Finished
P10.
P10 with the fastest lap.
Honestly, at one point, if it weren't for the fact he had to use a different set of tyres, I thought he was looking at the win. But no.
Bet no.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it was a very good and very mature drive from him. It is just a shame that McLaren has let him down with essentially putting him on the exact same tyre and not allowing him to race. If they'd have started on the hard, then to the medium, which they did, and then gone to medium again, somewhere in the middle of, about a third of the way of the race to go, he might have been able to fight back a lot sooner rather than just waiting for a safety car.
Yeah, like Pedro said, the safety car kind of ruined his chances of a higher finishing position.
Absolutely. Can we give him a C plus? Or hang on,
Yeah.
how many places did he go up?
P8, 8 places. Sorry.
He's gone up 8 places. Was running in P4, catching the leaders. I think he's one of those where these finishing position doesn't reflect how well he did.
Yeah, and I'd agree with that.
So, would you be annoyed if I, like Pedro, went for a B?
No, I wouldn't be annoyed.
Agreed?
Yep. So I just got a yearly subscription to F1 TV at the start of November and just been going through the seasons. Nice. Enjoy it.
Highly recommend seasons 2007, 2008, 2012, 2016 and 21.
Yeah.
But not all
next one is next is Fernando Alonso in P9.
Whom started P9. But he was all over the place today, including in the first corner.
Yeah. Obviously got spun around. Well, we don't know if he spun around or he got spun. He did some weird like spinny thingy.
I think he dropped it. Genuinely, the way the car was moving, it looked like he'd gone into the first corner too hard, turned it, saw the fact he was looking at an Alpine, turned even harder, and the back end went, nope, not doing that.
Yeah, I was going to say he must have, because it says he started on mediums, pitted for after the first lap for hards, then went halfway into the race, then went on another set of hards. So.
Which is what a few of the drivers, that's what Perez did.
Yeah.
So, where would you rank him, Sarah? What's your thinking?
I'd maybe go a C.
I was thinking the same thing. He's had a big mistake into turn 1. Fortunately, he hasn't hit anyone, but he's made it work. He's been solidly in the pack. He's had to come back through the pack. C is deserving, I feel. I'm saying, are we being harsh with a C? What about C plus? No, it's 9th to 9th. We can't do that, can we?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Well, what are you feeling?
I'm going to stick with C because I wasn't going to change my mind.
Alright, next one, Russell. That's obviously with that 5-second penalty applied.
I just want to say to Sol, watch the 2011 Canadian Grand Prix in its entirety. Watch the whole race if you can. Sorry, who was next?
Russell with the 5-second good penalty applied.
And he started P3, and what was his finishing position?
On the road, I think it was P4. But obviously, with 5 seconds added, he then went down to P8.
Have we missed Ricciardo somewhere?
No.
Was he above this?
No, P14. We already done him.
Have I just not put him somewhere? I don't remember discussing him.
We just said we didn't see him, and I think that's all. And then
Yeah.
we must have
I
skipped past.
must have forgotten to put him up. Oh yeah, we said he was ahead of Yuki. Yeah, okay. I can't remember discussing him. So Russell had that incident, was running really high, really well up until the first safety car, and then it kind of all went pear-shaped for him, and then he dropped off in the hard tyres.
Yeah.
Finishing position, what was it exactly?
P4 on the road, but P8 with the 5 seconds.
C plus.
Yeah. Although, I mean, yeah, would put him in C plus. I was gonna say, could you say it's lower because of the whole Max and him thing, but
I still thought that was a racing incident.
yeah,
Maybe he's turned in slightly too much, but at some point he's got to turn into the corner.
true.
So, yeah.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
Hamilton.
Whom started P10. 10th.
Finished P7. Went on a little bit of a weird strategy. Went from the hards onto the mediums for like 10 laps, then went back onto the hards.
Yeah, from the second safety car. He spent most of his opening half the race just complaining, which is standard for him. He was really good in the last sector of the race, but I don't think it was an especially good Grand Prix for him.
No.
I'd be tempted to put him with Russell. If not, Alonso.
Potentially. Also, I've just seen that, like, he's not the next one, but he's the one above, but I think you're going to like how many places that he's made up.
We're getting there.
Alright, so next one is... where have we rated Hamilton?
I said C plus or C, and you didn't give an answer.
I would go C.
Okay.
Because I think we know that he could have done better, probably.
That's fair. No, I'm happy with that. I'm absolutely happy with that. Okay, next
one. So far, I love the Hungarian one. That's my favourite for right on, because I love the track on F1 game. Nice.
Unique choice.
Next one is Carlos Sainz in the P6.
Which, if you're new to Sarah's channel, later on tonight, about 6 o'clock-ish, we'll be doing a this will be post-GP on this one, which we do usually every race before every race, full length of that weekend's Grand Prix. So feel free to join us, try and make our way around the Vegas Grand Prix.
Yeah, make sure to follow, and if you can't join, watch along, and yeah. And if you want to do a time trial, see where you would have qualified if you were racing with us, then feel free.
Exactly. Right. Sorry, who was the next bod?
Carlos Sainz.
He was right. He was dead last off the first lap after having a spin into the first corner. Started P12.
With that 10th place grid drop.
Which wasn't his fault at all.
No.
He was P2 in qualifying, so that wasn't fair. But he did. I'm not sure how he spun it. He did. Well, he just spun it. So, I would personally rate him about a C plus ahead of Russell.
I was gonna say C plus.
Cool. I'm gonna.
Considering like his fortune of this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, you're gonna like this.
Hit me.
Stroll, P5,
yeah.
Went up 14 places.
He did massively benefit from that first safety car where he got off the medium or the soft tyres, I can't remember which, onto the hards, and then went hards again at the second safety car. That is a
Mhm.
hell of a drive from him. He does this. He has bad drive after bad drive, and then suddenly he's in the top 5 or 6. Like, where did that come from? So he's got skill. He's just inconsistent.
Hmm.
B or B?
Yeah, B.
I'd feel bad giving him an A actually because it's not A worthy,
Yeah.
but it's a very, very, very good drive.
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
So I know the next one.
Yes.
Ocon, who
Ocon
started P16.
went up 12 places to P4. Maybe the faster Alpine of the day.
Yeah, this would be the kind of area that we need a B plus for him and Stroll, really, isn't it?
I guess, yeah.
Put him
I mean, we can put him in B.
Yeah, it's to be fourth behind those three leaders is a hell of an achievement, particularly from where he started. And it's the same with Stroll, to be fair. Yeah, and it is amazing that Alpine managed to screw one of the drivers over and get the other one driver up to P4. So weird.
Oh yeah, Ocon was on the mediums till lap 20 and then went on the hards for the rest of the race.
That's a very good drive, actually. He would have a B plus if we had it.
Yes.
Right.
But obviously, George did finish technically on the road in front of those two.
True.
But with the penalty, he dropped back.
If we take that into consideration, yeah, they were potentially finishing fifth and sixth rather than fourth.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair then. Leave him in B. Which was a questionable penalty for Russell.
Yeah.
It's not me doubting it. I just say it is maybe not everyone's decision and agreement on that.
No, I'd agree.
Cool. So, Perez then.
Yes.
Started P11.
Finished P3.
I think he was absolutely stunningly lucky to have the accident on the first lap. Get a set of hard tyres on, go halfway. Then he didn't have any pit stops which were racing.
No, yeah, he wouldn't have.
So, because of his goddamn luck, I can't give him an A. For starters, he got into the lead, which would have given him an A, but then he got passed again, and then got passed, and then got passed again.
Yeah, it was very Brazil-like on that last lap where he's almost like caught napping just in that one corner, and Charles, obviously recharging his battery, just had a lot more energy that he could deploy.
He did admit something as well, that he had too much wing on, but he's the one who set up the car.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that's his fault.
Yeah, where would you personally rate him?
Top of B.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
It's a good race from him, but I don't think it's A worthy.
But behind Ocon and Stroll.
That's... Yeah, okay. You agree with that?
Didn't take much convincing from you.
No, I was having an argument with myself.
Alright.
I was going to say above them, but then because it was for the lead, but just because he's in a Red Bull doesn't necessarily mean he deserves a top of B for it. So yeah, fair.
Thank you for the follow, by the way. So I appreciate it, and hope to see you later. Make sure to go follow Midnight as well, who's over that side for me. Yes, Leclerc next.
Is there any doubt that it's not an A?
Yeah, no, I'd back an A.
Cracking racing today.
He could have won it.
Yeah, oh god, it just seemed that Ferrari didn't. It's weird. He had better pace on the Okay, not pace. He had better tyre wear on the mediums compared to the Red Bull, but at worse tyre wear compared on the hard. And then again, he was on the harder tyres for longer than the Red Bulls. So I think he was a victim of the second safety car.
Potentially. Yeah.
If that hadn't happened, we would have seen him probably either go to the end without a safety car and have Max chasing him down, which, let's be fair, he was only 4 seconds ahead at the end, and he was definitely further behind Max when he was in traffic.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he only finished 2 seconds behind Max at the end.
I do think there was a bit of shenanigans going on. Max was backing off to try and give Perez a bit of slipstream. So I think that's a bit of shenanigans. If that second safety car hadn't come out, I think Leclerc would have gone to the end. Had a gap. So
potentially. Yeah, and Pedro was just backing up what you're saying, that he had a good race. Also, that gap to Max isn't fully representative, as Max massively backed off on the final lap to try and help Checo.
Yeah, agreed. So, if we're agreed...
What, Max helping Checo? What?
Yeah, I think he's trying to do some PR repairing a little bit there, isn't he? After previous races. And he said that only after passing Checo. Let's work together after I'm past you.
Yeah.
Sure. So, Max. I can't give him an A star just for the first lap.
Yeah.
And having collision with George as well.
Yeah, I'd back.
So.
Probably an A.
Yeah. I'm going to put him equal with Leclerc and just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
And there you go, you have our ratings. But I'm going to ask you one question quickly. Do we still leave Norris in non-applicable, considering he binned it?
Ooh.
I wouldn't give him an F. I would probably
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know.
We have rated people before who've binned it on first laps. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I'd be thinking an E, because he's binned it, but it's a very stupidly tricky, greasy track. But if you're willing to leave it in NA, I will just leave it there. I'm just letting you know my thought process.
I don't know. I feel like we need to go to the chat. I don't know how I feel personally, because it was very early on. And yes, he's the only one to do it, but it just looked like that rear end of the car just went, like he just almost like kind of what happened with Magnussen at Mexico, when it literally just went into the wall. It's almost like the car's gone a little bit.
I've blanked that K-Mag one.
Well, at Mexico, remember the wheel just went in on itself.
Something broke, that was the...
And then it just flung him.
Yeah, that was the wheel suspension tyre failure thingy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember, yeah.
It's almost like
similar to that, yeah.
It almost like Lando's gone out a little bit, and I don't know if it's like tyre... It could just be tyre grip. It's just sent that rear end, and he's tried to correct it, and obviously by the time you're travelling 180, when you try and correct a car that's wanting to go, don't know how much he would have been able to correct it before the corner.
I completely agree with you, but on the flip side, we still had 19 other drivers doing X amount of laps not doing it.
No.
So, admittedly, cold tyres, cold, greasy track, it's tricky.
Yeah,
so
I don't know. That's why I'm like, I don't mind either way.
While we're thinking of a ranking for this race, chat, give us your opinion on Norris, E or NA, not applicable. So, Sarah, what do you rank the race out of 10?
Oh,
I've got a figure in my head, and I won't change it after you say yours.
Okay. I think I've got mine.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
I'm going to say an 8.
Oh,
Lots of on-track action. Dice for the lead from 3 different drivers. Action all the way through the pack. The things that let it down were the safety cars. But the track gave us some good qualifying. I still don't think the track is good, but because it's unique, it's giving us a different viewing at the potential overtakes and close racing. It's a slipstreaming race. It's Monza. It's Monza with walls. It's Singapore, but Monza.
yeah, and I get that. You rated it a lot higher than I thought you were. I'm gonna rate it 6 or a 7.
That's fine. Which, if you say, what do you say, 6 or 7?
I'll go 6,
All right,
and then we'll average it down to a 6.
average it out at 7. It's fine. And I enjoyed it more because there was a lot going on at the front, which we very rarely see.
And plus, you were more awake
A little bit, yeah.
than me.
Yeah. I think we were let down by none of the teams or drivers trying to do a different strategy. Everyone went long on their strategy. Nobody, other than Piastri, who did it too late, tried to go for a, say, like double medium stop. I mean, we all know that pitting more is what they don't like doing. But nobody tried for the undercut. Not one driver out there. And Piastri only did it because he had to actually pit. Had to.
Yep, exactly that.
So, but no, I thoroughly enjoyed the race. Whether we see it again at a good race next year, it's like Baku. Honestly, I believe it's like Baku. It's either a good race or just a show.
Yeah, I'll probably say the same. It's almost like we do need another one to kind of either make everyone's mind up if it is good or bad.
Yeah.
Or if it's just average. Because obviously we had an alright race. Next year can be completely different. The weather could be off. Like, the weather could be colder. Which means obviously it will then become harder. Because a few months ago, well, not even a few months ago, a few weeks ago, they were forecasting like 4 degrees.
Fortunately, it didn't happen.
Yeah, fortunately it didn't happen, but what if it did?
Well,
No.
Here's a question. Here's a question for you: would you have here or Saudi?
Here.
Same. Here or Baku?
Ooh. I don't know if that's...
I'm comparing
That's
street
hard.
tracks on purpose.
I was going to say that's hard because we've seen more racing at Baku. So I'm leaning towards Baku, but just purely because we've seen races there. Like, more races. I feel like if we had, like...
We do need more data. We do.
Yeah, we need more data. We need maybe some support races to see how, like, lower categories get on around this track as well.
Yeah, that would be great. Definitely some F2 there. And maybe some GT cars and maybe not motorbikes, but because there's no place for a driver to come off, or a rider to come off. But yeah, they definitely need some support races there. Surprisingly, the Academy wasn't there this weekend.
The Academy's finished up.
Oh, that's a shame. Wasn't aware of that. Okay.
Well, the championship's finished, and they're back next year. Talking about that, before we end, did you see who got signed for Williams Driver Academy?
Yeah, a lady. I can't remember her name.
It's I didn't want to get a name.
Google it quick. Google it quick.
I didn't want to get a
I'll
name.
stall until you.
I didn't want to get a name. It's Ken's Block's daughter.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, no, it starts with L. Yeah, Leah. I knew it was that, but when my brain is not braining.
As long as it doesn't mind.
Yeah, Leah Block. Got signed for Williams Driver Academy. Obviously, I think slightly different to what she's normally used to, because from what I've seen, she does a lot of rallying and a lot of like
a lot of stuff what her father did.
Yeah, kind of like drifting, rallying. I think she has done races. And obviously it's that next progression into maybe like a full-time race seat somewhere. Maybe in single-seaters or
we'll see.
other disciplines.
I'd like to see if she hasn't already done it into F3 and then F2. We're going from there. Anyhow, we could talk about this for forever, and no doubt we will. And one thing we've spoken about at length is doing some more content over the winter. Particularly last year we spoke about it, didn't we? And we'll try and bring you some more F1 thoughts, musings, and go from there. And I think that is a topic that we will cover.
Yeah.
So, with that in mind, Pedro agreed to leave Norris in NA, which is fair.
Okay.
We've rated the Grand Prix. We put the drivers in their places. I think that is it for the podcast, unless you have any points to make about the first Vegas Grand Prix of the century.
All in all, an alright race.
But change the time of it.
Yes, please.
Honestly, I don't know why it wasn't a day race.
Well, a day race for them would have meant it was earlier for us.
Exactly. I mean, if
No,
it was,
but I don't want to be waking up at like 3 o'clock.
If they'd have done it 2 p.m. their time, it would have been about, I don't know, 7 or 8 p.m. our time, which would have been fine.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. If they'd done it early, say, I don't know, at 9 or 10 in the morning, it would have still been 4 or 5 o'clock for us, so it would have been perfect. So
maybe that's something for them to figure out for next year.
Yeah. Maybe a twilight race, a bit like not Bahrain, Abu Dhabi.
No, but I think it's the spectacle, isn't it?
Yeah,
with all the neon lights.
That's why I'm thinking the lights would come on during the Grand Prix. So
yeah,
that's my thinking. But anyhow, I'm sure they will do
the
something.
night vibes.
I'm sure they'll do something. I mean, even if they do it stupidly early their time, at least it will be. They've got to do something for it next. Anyhow, that's besides the point. We're going to go around in circles. Shall we leave it there?
Yeah.
Shall we send off a raid?
Yeah.
May I recommend someone?
Yeah.
Super Slow Stig. He does great TikTok content. 99% of it is all about racing, particularly GT7. He does some really funny ones, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
So we're both.
I always see him pop up, and I'm like.
So
yeah.
Give him some love on Twitch and TikTok.
Yes, please do.
But,
other than that, we shall see you later.
Yeah, do you want to give the final goodbye and pre-post GP details?
Yep. I believe you said it was 6. I'm getting the time wrong. But 5, 6. I can't remember. But yes, we'll be doing 100% of the Vegas Grand Prix on F123. If you do want to join, make sure to follow us both. We do gather slightly earlier, so join the Discord. You'll see probably all the details there. In case you were wanting to join. If not, come and join us, support us while we race, and while we try and figure out what's the right strategy for this race.
Not dying is going to be my strategy.
Yeah, not dying. Other than that, we get to experience it ourselves. And yeah, we're going into the last race of the season now.
Yeah, this is the penultimate. Next one's last.
Yeah.
It's only next week as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
It's gone quick. Very quick this year.
You ain't kidding. Right, should we send off a raid and call that one it?
Yeah. I'll start it up now.
Cool. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to all the new viewers. And you had a raid earlier on.
Yep, thank you for the raid again. And if there is anybody new out there that hasn't followed, please do. Like Midnight said, hopefully more content throughout the winter in the winter break. And if not,
follow our
you'll see us
team TikTok, because it's always me doing stupid things on the pre-GPs.
Yeah. Or like just random shit. Other than that, make sure to go follow Midnight. He is the host of the pre-GPs. And we will see you later. So I'm going to go catch up on sleep. Have a nice breakfast. Yeah, have a nice breakfast. And get some sleep at some point.
I
Or
will.
try to.
Maybe on Tuesday.
Alright. I'm ready to go when you are.
Alright, send off the raid to Super Slow Stick.
Yeah. You
Cool.
ready?
And on that one, on my one, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to go to the outro. But all
Bye.
on my stream. Catch you later.
See ya. Bye.